Warming actually is a very simple question, no? But uh, it has a very complicated answer. But I would rather give you a very simple explanation. No? I would liken it as a like you know greenhouse effect. Yes, because of the accumulation of gases in the sky, the heat inside is trapped, and therefore we experience a lot of changes, no, in our weather pattern, climate, and everything. Yes, so that's it. Sometimes the thing that causes it are man itself, no? So we do not fault anybody except us. That's global warming actually.
Deforestation or forests are natural sinks of carbon dioxide and produce fresh oxygen, as well as helps in regulating temperature and rainfall. Deforestation simply means clearing of green cover and make that land available for residential, industrial, or commercial purpose.
The greenhouse effect is the process by which radiation from a planet's atmosphere warms the planet's surface to a temperature above what it would be in the absence of its atmosphere.
Waste disposal is the overconsumption of resources and creation of plastics that are creating a global crisis of waste disposal. Developed countries are notorious for producing an excessive amount of waste or garbage and dumping their waste in the oceans, and less developed countries.
Smoke from factories. If the smoke comes from some fossil fuel fired boiler, the smoke will likely have significant amounts of particulates, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, and water vapor. Factories and power plants produce large amounts of smoke into the atmosphere, which pollutes the air.
Industrial mining activities refers to mines that are currently engaged in mineral and metal extraction operations. The material can range from common to precious and from inert to hazardous.
Burning plastic or rubber can be dangerous to you, your neighbors, and the environment. Old barrels or wood stoves do not reach high enough temperatures to destroy many of the dangerous chemicals created when plastic burns. These include dioxins and furans. Studies have linked dioxins and furans to cancer and respiratory disease.
Overpopulation. The population of the planet is reaching unsustainable level as it faces shortage of resources like water, fuel, and food. Population explosion in less developed and developing countries is draining the already scarce resources.
Sir, do you everyone should be worried about global warming?
Sure, why not? The long-term effects of global warming is very devastating, you know.
Climate change. Irregular weather patterns have already started showing results. Increased precipitation in the form of rain have already been noticed in polar and subpolar regions. More global warming will lead to more evaporation, which will cause more rains.
Droughts. While it may be flooding in savanna, severe drought is happening elsewhere in the world. As temperatures warm, the presence of drought has increased in the western U.S. Add on top of what heat waves and no precipitation, whole forests have begun to disappear, including tens of millions of trees in Colorado's Rockies.
Human extinction. What little would remain of the earth as we know it would be a sliver. The rest of the human population would have to find and implement alternative energy on a consistent and regulated basis. It's hard to imagine, but each of these events affects another event. Pretty soon, the domino effect will reach home.
Agriculture. Global warming can affect agriculture, although the results are not visible yet. But it may show its effect in years to come. As the global temperature will increase, plants will find it harder to survive and will die. Plants are the major source of food for human beings, and as a result, food shortage may occur.
Decreased population. If global warming goes unchecked, it is estimated that the world's human population would decrease by 75%. With the increasing severity of storms, floods, earthquakes, and wildfires, natural disaster would diminish half of the Earth's population.
What could we do and contribute to prevent global warming?
Well, as a simple contribution coming from you and from me, I think we should be wary of simple things like waste, no, environmental degradation, destruction of our forest, pollution coming from industries, cars, factories, etc. Poisonous gases, no. Those are things that we should prevent. No?
Stop the wrongdoing and let us start making a new living.